Hi, good friends. So welcome back once again. This is a welcome video, similar to the introduction one, but the introduction is about myself. But this one is about welcoming you to the module and introducing you to the module as a whole. So I'm not going to talk about myself again, okay? We're launching straight into the module itself. All right. I'll share a slide, okay? I'll share a slide. I'll show you, afterwards, I'll show you some books, okay? Don't worry about the books. I'll show you some books. Okay, so I share my screen. Okay, so hopefully you can see this screen being shared. All right, great. So it's a third year module, and so far I think in StratCloud it's also a third year module. What I have seen is that most universities will split the auditing module into two parts, so that the ethics, the risk assessment, and the governance section is treated in the term as a separate module. And then the technical aspects, which we all know in terms of control and testing, substantive testing, and then the review analytical procedures, name them. Those technical aspects will be treated in a different module altogether. In your case, unfortunately, it is lumped together. Okay, it's lumped together. It's all one. So it's quite loaded, but you love it. All right, you love it. All right, so the core text we are using is the Mellichamp and Taylor. I'll show you the book, okay? I have those books. I'll show them to you. So we have Mellichamp and Taylor 12th edition. I love that book. I've been using it for quite a while now. So older versions may not be too suitable. You find the topics may be the same. The reason why, okay, let me hang up on this one first. Okay, let me stop sharing this one first. Then let me show you. So this is the older version. This is the 10th edition. Okay. Content-wise, I would say it's about 80% same to what we have as a current edition. Okay, Mellichamp and Taylor. Then we have the 11th edition. This is the 11th edition. Okay. Content-wise, 90% same as the current one. And then we have the current edition, this one. This is a 12th edition. This is what we need you to get, okay? It's not compulsory. If you don't want to buy it, please, don't worry, okay? Now, the good thing about the current edition is that it contains more illustrations and more case studies. So it makes you have a feel of what is actually happening there. That's a beautiful thing about it, more case studies. They try to bring practice to bear on theory in the current edition. Okay, I happen to be one of the reviewers of the text. So I loved it when I had access to go through everything, even before it was published. And I was sent a copy. Immediately they published it, I was sent a copy. So it's a good one. Trust me, it's a very good book. You love it. You will love to keep it forever. You will love to keep it forever. Personally, I don't want you to follow my directions. Okay, no, my example. Let me put it that way. I'm the old type person who is used to hard copies, books. You see behind me, there are books there. There's another bookshelf here. You may not see that there are books all over. Okay, there's another bookshelf there. All right. So there are books all around me. I personally use this one as well, and this is also one of the. So the Mellichamp and Taylor is the core text that we are using. Okay, it synchronizes with the even professional exams papers. It's a very good book, all right. But this is other recommended text. Okay, the audit process by Gray and his colleagues Crawford and Manson, and I use the latest edition, the 7th edition. Very comprehensive. You love it. Very good one. Okay. Again, you could also use the ACCA. Okay, the ACCA text. So the ACCA text, we have the advanced audit and assurance. That's not what we're using. We are dealing with the audit and assurance text, this one. Okay, so you can get, this is the exam kit, and this is the main text. Okay, this is the main text. Okay, the study text. Make sure you get the current edition. Okay, so because of our current year, we are using the one which is valid from September 2022 to when? June 2023. You'll always see it at the top for the ACCA text. They try to update it. But trust me, the ACCA text, if you have the previous one, It's about 95% similar. Okay, 95% similar. All right. So like I said, we have the core text, and then we have the recommended text. Okay. Again, there's another book, which is Auditing and Assurance Services by Ellefson and then his colleagues, Ellefson, Messiah, and then Glover Pruitt. Beautiful book. I love it. Okay. Once again, don't follow my example. I'm used to the old style of using hard copies, reading, annotating, and then following stock. Okay. Now, there is a good thing about this. If you want to buy the ACCA text to guide your study, there's a 35% discount, which you'll find. And I have populated the discount code on the Aula, on the VLE. The good thing is that any Kaplan text that you want to buy for your ACCA study, if you use that code, so far as you are part of our university, you get 35% discount. Okay, you get 35% discount. For our core text, again, there is a discount code on it. So you get 30% discount. I'll show you the link to use and everything, okay? So everything is online. You can always get a text. I've populated the ACCA one. It's a whole PDF. Download it. Any Kaplan text you want to buy for your ACCA professional exams, even for your ICAS, even for ICAEW, you can still go use that discount code so far as you are part of our university. And for Millichamp and Taylor's on 30%, I'll show you how to get that one as well. Okay, they are all online. Go back sharing my screen. Okay, now, so like I said, we're using Millichamp and Taylor's book, the current edition. All right. So from the publisher, like I said, you can get 30% for the core text. Go to this link. Okay, I have left the hyperlink within. So you click on it and it will take you straight to the site. And then you proceed. Once, remember, when you get to the checkout, you must input this discount code, the RW122 back to university 30. Okay, and then you use RWI. Sorry, not RW1. RWI 22 back to university 30. Then you can get your 30% discount. So you can procure both the e-book or the hard copy, any of them. But my advice to you is that make sure you get the student resources. Once you buy the book, you should be able to access the student resources. Most of the case studies, the multiple choice questions, the assessments, you'll find them running through the student resources, as well as the instructor resources. You get them. Don't be worried. Okay. So better get those resources to aid your study. Okay. Now, our learning outcomes. So we want you to appreciate the function of auditing, what internal auditing does for the organization, what external auditing does for the organization. We want you to also understand the professional rules, the ethical codes of conduct, okay, the risk assessment, and then the governance history surrounding the auditor and the practice of audit and assurance. And finally, we want you to demonstrate an awareness of the audit process, right from acceptance of a client through gathering of evidence, forming an opinion, and understanding the nature of good financial control. The first two learning outcomes, 1 and 2, will normally be covered within the first 4 weeks, and that will form the basis of your class test. And then the third one is quite detailed. It will cover the rest of the term. The exams will cover all 3 learning outcomes. Once again, listen. The first 2 learning outcomes will form the basis of our class test. They are usually intensive, and it covers weeks 1 to 4. The final one, learning outcome 3, covers the rest of the term. The final exams will cover all 3 learning outcomes, everything from week 1 to week 12 or week 11, okay? I'll prepare the lectures pre-recorded, upload them online. It gives you the flexibility to watch when, where, wherever, okay? I'll link it to a YouTube channel, so you can always go to the channel. If you want to subscribe to the channel, that's a good thing. So that once you subscribe, anything drops in, another video has dropped in, you can go watch it quickly, even before you get an announcement on Aula, okay? But I'll post the links on Aula. Watch the videos before attending the workshop weekly, okay? And that will be okay. I mean, remember, you don't need to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You don't need it if you think you don't need it. But if you want to subscribe, that's good, okay? Thumbs up to you, right? Video contain full explanations to some extent, to a greater extent. So don't just read the PowerPoint slides. One more thing I want you to know is that, listen, this is a 20 credit. If you look at the module descriptor, you are entitled to do a lot of work. In fact, before the module ends, you are expected to do more than 150 hours independent study. The lectures, the face-to-face, should cover like 24 hours, the whole term. You see, like 12 weeks times 2, the whole term. You have to do the remaining 152 hours. So everything is on you. So to my colleagues who are coming from the college to join us within the 3rd year, I know you are not used to this style of study, but it's a different system now. So you get used to it. We'll help you, we'll support you along the line, okay? Where you have to do most of the work on your own, independently, all right? I'll try as much as I can to keep the videos quite short, but condensed, all right? So you can take your time, watch it, rewind it, fast forward, and listen to it, okay? At your own time, at your own pace. I'm saying the video may take 2 hours. It's not a straitjacket rule, okay? I could change it, maybe 15 minutes for 2 videos, okay? Maximum, I don't want to go beyond 25 minutes for a video, else it gets boring. It's not like a movie where you would love to enjoy this, the technical item, and hardly would people want to sit behind a technical video and watch it. No. So I'll try to keep it brief, very short. 2 hours it may not take, but I'm just giving plus minus. I won't exceed 2 hours in terms of a video for a particular topic, okay? I'll break them down, shorter ones, so that you can get used to it. Get ready for the workshops. We're saying workshop because workshop is not really like tutorial. It's a blend of tutorial with class activities, with sharing ideas, with the focus group. Nothing you say during the workshop is terrible or is silly. Anything you say, any contribution you provide, you give during the workshop is very reasonable. It's an engaging session. There's nothing wrong. Ask your questions. Okay, feel free. Throw the questions there. Let us answer. We'll deal with you. We'll answer them. We'll take the time and address them, okay? So look at the class examples. Take the book. There are copies of the book which has been ordered in the library and to all our sister affiliate institutions. So you'll get copies of the core text there and the ACCA text also there. All right. Now, what we want you to do is that look at these examples before you come to the workshops, okay? At the end of each week, we'll give you information on the tutorial that you're supposed to do. You'll find it on Aula. The part or portion that you're supposed to read in your textbooks. Some homework research we want you to conduct on your own. And please do this before you come. Roughly, if you invest about 5 hours a week, you'll be able to resolve everything. And come in so confident that no question whatsoever that concerns the topic of auditing and assurance would escape you. All right. Now, who are those who work with me? All right, and with you? In the Paisley and Lanarkshire campuses, we have 2 lecturers, 2 colleagues helping us, okay? So Mohammed is there, Chico D is there, I call her Chica. For South Lanarkshire, we have Jack Borden. Jack is actually James, but he likes to use the name Jack. Carol Hill does our North College Lanarkshire. Deborah does our Ayrshire. Okay. Great guys, you love them. Very up to date. And they know their stuff. You love them. Look at your timetable to know when you are supposed to attend those workshops. And we want to, like I said, it's a workshop. Okay. Nothing is terrible, nothing is silly, nothing is bad, nothing is wrong. Come in. Everything you say is right. Participate in discussions, work in a group, find solutions to questions, support each other, submit your work on the feeds. Let us see Let us find feedback, okay? Let us share ideas to make it more lovely, okay? And I will ensure that I post all materials on Aula every week, even ahead of time. The recommended text I've shown you, okay? Other recommended text I've shown you. ACC, I use that one, okay, as well. Your discussions and workshops. At the end of the day, my good friends, the exams will come across both the core text and the recommended text. The exams or the assessment will not just be picked from just one book. It will come across every. And it's not different because the concepts, the topics discussed from the various books, as you have seen, are the same from different dimensions, but they all come to the same source of knowledge, okay? Final knowledge source, and you love it, okay? These are books which have been prescribed by the professional bodies, okay? The materials itself we are following through so that we make sure we don't go out of our exemption, our accreditation region. We want to still sustain the accreditation so that you finish, you go to ACCA, you get that exemption for AA, audit and assurance. ICAS, you get your exemptions. Okay, keep up with the workload. Weeks 1 to 4 will be quite intensive. Be ready. Plan your time. Work around it. Okay. So ACCA will give you an exemption for the foundation level topic on auditing, and again the AA topic AA, which I showed you. Okay. ICAS, yes, it's possible. For ACCA, once you pass the model, you pass, you get exemption. But ICAS, I think normally they want you to get 60% overall to be able to qualify for the exemption. So be careful with ICAS. Those of you who will be applying for exemptions or accreditation from ICAS, you need a pass mark of 60%. Then they will be able to exempt you from text of professional competence and principles of auditing and reporting, PR. Okay, those are the ones usually they will exempt you from. Okay, so take notes. I will be happy if you score more than 70%. Friends, you can do it. It's very easy. Very, very easy. Attendance and engagement is mandatory. We require you to take part. We require you to be part physically in the workshops. But I think unless university guidelines change, we will be coming face-to-face for the workshops. Attendance will be taken, will be recorded. We'll also monitor attendance on Aula. There's an engagement panel there, so we'll know how long you've been on Aula, how you've engaged, which materials you've engaged. We'll see the chart. It will pop your name out. Okay, please, I don't want to refer anyone here to the engagement panel. I don't want to refer anyone here. Please, let's engage. Let's attend the classes. Okay, otherwise, we'll have no option than to refer you to the engagement panel. If your absence, lack of attendance is not supported by any credible reason, you may be removed from the module. Okay, you may be withdrawn. So attendance system will definitely send you emails at set times when you miss a certain number of class, and then you have to respond. Okay, be professional. Notify your lecturer beforehand if you're going to be missing the class. Send him an email. Send her an email. Okay, and then let him know that there's something that is preventing you from coming, so that at least you will be given an excuse within the system that for family reasons, for health and safety reasons, you cannot come. So we note it down. Class test, tentatively, we're looking at class tests occurring within the week commencing 24th October 2022. Now, if there is any change to this, we'll notify you ahead of time, maybe 2 weeks ahead of time, so that you're not taken aback that, oh, you're just telling us just 1 week to the time. Okay, we'll notify you way ahead of time. The class test is worth 30% of overall mark, 20 multiple choice, and a case study based on, like I said, learning outcomes 1 and 2, which will be covered in weeks 1 to 4. Now, we have been told by the accreditation bodies that 50% of our assessment must be face-to-face. So currently, we are still working on whether the class test will be online or it will be face-to-face. But we'll notify you ahead of time. Just take note. It will occur within the week commencing 24th October. Okay. Final exams somewhere December 2022, early week in December, or we'll notify you ahead of time. All right. Draft timetable is already out. But if there's any changes, we'll notify you, find it on your page. And it's worth 70% overall marks. Okay. All right. So in the exams, usually, you'll find 4 compulsory case studies. And it covers all learning outcomes, the whole module. All right. Pass mark is 40, aggregate of 40. Okay. So it's part of our Bachelor of Accounting degree. Okay. It has a fundamental requirement. To pass, you must obtain aggregate of 40 or greater, not less than 35. So if overall, if you get a higher mark in the exams, but in the class test, you go like 35, you will still pass if the aggregate is 40 and above. You get it? If you get a higher mark in the class test, but in the exams, you get 35. Once the aggregate of your 35 in the exams and the class test goes beyond 40 or 14 is 40 and above, you pass. Usually, restate will be in June, July 2023, next year. Week by week, we want you to plan. Ensure you read the handout. Handout is already on the Aula page, okay? Note the week by week plan, know the topics, read ahead of time if possible. Okay, read ahead of time. What students have said about this model, they've always said it's well organized, good detailed notes provided, lots of examples to practice, even in the textbook, core text. Lots of examples which help students to understand the theory. Workshops are very helpful. Lots of resources for different learning needs. Lecturers are very useful, helpful, and knowledgeable, and it is an interesting model. We hope to sustain these good things which have been said, okay? Trust me, you still may encounter some challenges along the line. Revert. You can revert to me, to your lecturer, if you have any challenges, okay? We want to sustain this goodwill over there on the module. And what some students have said about the module, again, feedback, class tests too close to the final exams, okay? So the response is that now class tests have been moved to earlier in the module. So between October to December is quite about 2 months away. Almost, okay? Some have also said it's too much work. Like I said, I know some universities who have split the module into 2. So they do one in term 1 and the other in second semester. Unfortunately for us, we've condensed everything into 1 term. So it's quite difficult to split it now. We're looking at future when the Bachelor of Accounting program, we work with the program leader to see if we can split it. We're just looking at that, okay? In which case it could be 10 credits, 10 credits. We're looking at that, okay? So once it's too much work, as students have said, they mean there's too much to remember. It's technical, trust me. Auditing is not for anyone at all. It's for specialized folks like you. So it will be a lot, all right? It will be a lot, but you survive. You will survive. Okay, friends, I think I may have gone past my 20 minutes. I'll leave it here. I'll see you in the next session and take care. Bye for now.